Just do exactly what you're doing.
Well, thank you for coming again to see me. It's great to see you again, Kim.
Thank you.
How was your past week?
It was okay.
So it was okay. What made it okay?
Well, I only had a couple blow-ups. One with my mom and one with my sister over the week.
Okay, that's good. Only a couple. That's great. How's the job process going?
I did go and put in a couple applications this week.
Okay.
I did it on Monday. There is a Subway that's close to home.
Okay.
So I put in an application there. And then KFC was hiring.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped there and put in an application. Without a car, I'm kind of limited to, where I can go for a job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to rely on somebody to get me there. And
mm-hmm.
so I was kind of looking for something within walking distance.
Okay, that's great. That's a great way to start. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, they said that they would call me back in a couple days to come in and do an interview because I just filled out the application and haven't heard anything yet.
Okay, that can be frustrating.
Yeah, so I don't know if they just aren't going to call me in for the interview and that's the end of it. Should I go put in more applications
mm-hmm.
elsewhere?
It's always kind of hard to tell what to do in that
mm-hmm.
situation.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll get back to you. That would be great.
Yeah.
That's really great. I know last week we talked about you. One of our goals was you, because we talked about how you had lost your job
mm-hmm.
And the reasons for it. So I think it's really great that you actually went and looked for a job even after losing your other job. And that was something that we talked about. So that's great. It's a really great thing that you reached that goal of actually applying.
Well, I have to have money.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody does. Yeah, for sure. Money gets us places. And then we also talked about you possibly, taking the time to think about challenging situations where you felt angry
mm-hmm.
about things. So it sounds like you did that as well. So I want to congratulate you, or just commend you for doing such a great job this week and keeping those goals. It's great. And you came back, so it's great.
Yeah, well, my mom and them are still on my back, so.
Yeah, I understand. Well, maybe we can talk a little about, since the job is still up in the air right now,
mm-hmm.
maybe we can talk about those situations of the run-ins with your mom and your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what happened? Kind of tell me the details?
Well, my mom was going to go grocery shopping, and, with me losing the job, I didn't have any money to give her to help go towards the groceries. And just the way she was talking to me was kind of belittling. She was raising her voice at me, so I started raising mine back at her. Then my sister butted in, and she had her 2 cents to add to the subject, and it just turned into a screaming match. Everybody was trying to talk over the next person, and I could just feel the anger building up, and I ended up just slamming the door and walking out.
Yeah, that can be frustrating. So what do you think? Can you describe to me what you felt were the consequences of that situation for you?
Well, I don't know if there was any consequences. I mean, it was better that I walked away than go off and punch somebody or hit the wall.
Oh, that's good. That's a really good point, yeah, for sure. Recognizing those things that you did well, it's really good. It is good that you didn't do that. So do you see that this kind of, so obviously it's improved in your mind, you didn't go off and hit the wall or punch anybody or anything like that.
Yeah, especially, my sister, she got all up in my face.
Mm-hmm.
And, as kids, we've had some scrappings, and she was just trying to throw her weight, and, I just figured it was best to walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. What do you think, in regards to these situations where you get in and you get upset about things? Was there ever a time in the past where this wasn't too much of an issue for you? If you can describe to me maybe a time where you remember your behavior not really making you lose a job or getting into an argument with your family?
Probably, I don't know, it's probably been a few years back.
Okay. What was going on during that time?
Well, I was married then, and, I wasn't stressed over money. I had my own house, I had my own car, and since the divorce, now I'm living in my mom's house in the basement, no car, just a lot of stress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what I'm hearing is you have a lot going on besides just one job incident or one argument with your family. You have a lot of stresses going on, which can be frustrating for sure.
Yeah, and my mom, she was a single mom raising us, and, she worked 2 jobs, and, she had it hard too, and I just feel like, she's not giving me a break. She knows I don't have a job right at this moment, so I didn't have any money to give her for the groceries, but she kept belittling me, and, it was out of my hands, and, I'm not a kid anymore. And I didn't like the way she was talking down to me.
So you and your mom often get in arguments maybe around, it sounds like, around money issues and responsibilities. Am I hearing that right? Okay. When you think about your relationship with your mom, are there any areas that you kind of hope to improve in? Or, because it does sound like she's, if we think about it, you said, you have all those stresses going on. It sounds like she might be a form of support for you. Do you see that at all?
Oh, she definitely is, because if it weren't for her, I don't know where my daughter and I would be right now. She is letting us stay here. And, we used to have a really good relationship. But now, we just argue back and forth, and, it's just not very good right now.
Yeah, which can be tough, for sure. Do you feel like continuing this kind of behavior of arguing, where do you see it going? In maybe a year from now, where do you see it going?
I don't see it going anywhere. That's just how the family is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My sister and I always have argued. And my mom, she kind of voices her opinion, and I guess, that's probably where I picked it up from. She was kind of an assertive, single mom, and, I feel like I'm not going to let somebody walk over me, and so if something's unfair, I stand up for myself, and, sometimes people don't like to hear that.
So arguing and maybe defending yourself is a form of, I guess, defense, some way of confidence, shows confidence. Am I hearing that right?
Yeah.
So it sounds like, though, you do want to improve your relationship with your mom in some ways.
Oh, I would like to, because I don't like arguing, and I don't like arguing in front of my daughter because she gets upset. So yeah, I would like to stop the arguing.
If you woke up on a day and you and your mom were getting along and there weren't arguments going on, what would you have done that made that different?
Oh, I'd have my own house. I wouldn't be relying on her. My daughter and I would have our own apartment. I'd have a car. I wouldn't be stressed over money. I could come over and just enjoy a few hours visiting with my mother rather than being under her house rules per se.
But that would be ideal. But let's say tomorrow the circumstances were the same in regards to where you're living, but you and your mom were getting along, and there wasn't that arguing going on all the time, or causing you to slam doors or feel like you want to punch somebody. What would you have done to do that?
I'd probably have to bite my tongue.
And how do you get yourself to bite your tongue then?
I really have to think hard about it, because my natural instinct is just to lash back. Especially, if she's belittling me, I have to stand up for myself. So I would really have to just focus on staying calm and just remove myself from the situation. Walk away.
And those are, so it sounds like you'd have to actually put a little more effort in towards thinking through circumstances that come with you and your mom.
Right, because right now, I mean, it's almost like instinct.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just say what I feel.
So do you think that you can maybe try to do that once this week?
What, bite my tongue?
Or yeah, maybe trying to see if you can have a positive argument with your mom, one that ends not with slamming your doors. You could maybe do it?
I could try.
Yeah.
It might be easier if it's just the two of us. When my sister's there, and then there's two of them ganging up on me.
Right.
You know, then it just gets worse. But I could probably try it. You know, if it was just me and my mom.
Okay. Well, maybe we could try to do that this week then. Or you could, I guess.
Yeah. I could try.
Okay, great. All right, well, that's about all the time we have.
Okay.
All right.